Hi everyone, today I have for you review of ARRTX acrylic markers and ATC cards. Welcome to my channel, it's Asia Marquet here, Lemon Creation, and as I promised I have 60 colors acrylic markers from ARRTX, and as you know, if you watch my channel, it's not my first set of acrylic markers from ARRTX, and I actually really love their acrylic markers. And so here it is, the set of 60 markers. It comes with the, as always, very beautiful box. It's like a cardboard box, but it also has the special slots there, so you can put the markers inside, even though they are tiny bit too small for me. They should be a little bit taller so the markers don't move. But still, the box is always very handy, and I really like the designs on the boxes. So as you can see, it is the high adhesion acrylic marker with the brush tip. And what I found actually a little bit problematic is that they didn't put the numbers of the colors on the markers itself, so they provide the stickers which you can just put on the markers. So that for me was a bit of an issue because I spent at least 20 minutes of trying to put the colors on the markers, and I assumed that they came exactly the way they were arranged in the box. So I am not sure if my green, it's actually really called C55, for example. I hope you know what I mean. And I also found two markers, especially the 38, you can see here, and one violet, I think, which were a little bit hard to use at the very beginning, but later I checked them out, and it actually just, I don't know, the ink didn't flow correctly at the very beginning, but later they were writing without any problems, without any issues. And what I love about these markers is the fact that they actually are ready to use as they are. You don't have to shake them, which is super cool. But in my honest opinion, their previous sets were actually a little bit better than this one. So for me, the disadvantage is the fact that there are no numbers on the markers, and you have to do them by yourself. And also, I don't know, the colors are beautiful as always. They have a lot of ink and you don't have to shake them, which is super cool because I hate shaking acrylic markers. But I kind of prefer, I think, the other boxes of their markers. But that's also my personal opinion, so it doesn't mean that you will not love these ones. As always, I'm trying to give you my opinion, so like that you know, and you can decide for yourself. And as always, you're gonna get a link to the markers in the description box below, so you can just check them out for yourself if you fancy buying them. And as I mentioned, ARRTX is actually the best brand for me if it comes to acrylic markers. I didn't use that many of acrylic markers until now, but I use other brands and I find the ARRTX are really the good ones, really the good ones. They are doing a lot of acrylic markers. It seems I'm doing a review of acrylic markers only from ARRTX, which is very funny because it's like I know they have other products, but they always ask me for acrylic markers. And so I decided to do some ATC cards, and I took them and I wanted to do some, you know, like, it's not shadowing really, but use colors which are very similar to each other to make kind of a rainbowy effect. Like we call it in French, dégradé, but I forgot the word in English. And so I put a little bit of masking tape to make the edges of my markers a little bit wobbly. I didn't want to go with the markers all over the cards. I wanted to leave a tiny bit of white space. So that's the whole idea of the masking tape. But at the end, I didn't like it that much. I think maybe it would be nicer even if I just colored the whole paper. But once again, you know, that's an experiment I made, and I take full responsibility for that. But still, the colors are beautiful and the coverage on the paper is just perfect. but you cannot expect from them this nice ombre effect when the colors are mixing with each other, as you could expect with the alcohol markers. So, you know, they are still acrylic markers, but I wanted to show you also that you can do that with them. So you add a little bit of water. First you put them on the piece of plastic. I have here a palette. And then you add a little bit of water, you can spray it, or you can use it a little bit like paints also. So, you know, you can use a piece of acetate to apply them like that also to the paper. So the possibilities are there, and you can do quite a few tricks with them. So, you know, it's up to you how you're gonna use them. I wanted also to show you that they are multi-surface markers, so they can be used on the stone, on the glass, and on the wood. I have to say that in case of these markers, I'm not very happy with the effect they are actually having, or the effect is giving me on the glass. As you can see, they are quite transparent. It's like the ink is not adhering as well as I would suspect, so I had to go through each line twice to actually make it a little bit nicer. So here, it's maybe because it was a line, because later I added few dots, and you know, and when you go through the lines twice, they are quite nice, and the dots are working really nice. So maybe it's the fact that it was lines, I have no idea. But if you add dots, they are quite nice, and they are drying almost instantly. And you can see here I'm trying to rub the dots and they are not coming off. But I decided also to use some chipboards and color them. So I used the ones from Snip Art, the butterflies. I decided to put them on my onto my cards. It's gonna be very, very like a very bright and colorful project today. So before I'll do the butterflies, I will do a little bit of stamping. And you've seen just now that I add a little bit of stamping onto the chipboards, the numbers from one of my set of stamps, and I glue them with the Tacky Glue, and I'm adding a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of mark making, I'd say, with the acrylic marker, with the white one, which is super cool. It's very nice to have actually a white acrylic marker. It's always so useful. It's writing everywhere, basically. And yes, it's acrylics are so visible. Like they are much better than the standard white pens. So I like to use them. And I haven't mentioned, I did it off the camera, but as always, I add a black backing to my cards. So you can see it's just I glue them on the black ATC cards. So the black part of the card is actually exactly the size of ATC, while the white one is always, I'm cutting them in advance, but I always cut them a little bit smaller because I'm sure that I will use the backing. To check how the acrylic markers behave under the paste, I am using translucent paste from Ranger. It's a clear Crackle, and I'm applying it to my butterflies because there are some markers on them also, especially on this one. And once the acrylic markers dry, they are dry, so they don't activate with the paste or any other medium. And after waiting a little bit for the crackles to appear, I added a sentiment to the cards, and that was it. So here there are finished cards. I also use my mono eraser to remove some parts of the stamping, which was not very nice, because I have to tell you, I ran a little bit in preparation of these cards. But at the end, the most important part of it was to show you the colors and the coverage with the markers. As always, thank you so very much for watching, subscribing to my channel. I'm gonna give you all the links to ARRTX markers and to other products in the description box below. And I hope I'm gonna see you soon in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye bye. Thank you.